City, I really do. I love everything that you're trying to do, and I love the fact that you are here supporting this vision of Dominique experience. Let's continue to support it. Let's not make this a moment tonight. We've heard it before. This has to be a movement here in Kansas City, Kansas to do great things. And it takes all of us. I can't do it. Not one person can do it. It takes all of us together to make great things happen.
He was making a difference in other people's lives while he was here on earth, and he's still impacting lives today.
I love my brother. I was there when he died. I went through a bad situation where I didn't find myself for 2 years after he died. But God has pieced the puzzle with so much things in my life.
That's there that kind of just explains who Dominique was as a person.
You take such a beautiful song. He's the best of all of us. And that's the one you took. But then I thought about it. That's probably why you took it. He didn't need to experience what's going on in this world today.
That can make things happen. And one thing, if anybody has been following me, together we're gonna make this happen, right? So, I just want you to know your mayor supports this initiative. I know a lot of people in the community support this initiative. Let's do everything we can to make sure that we honor the legacy of the vision that will bring about the Dominique experience right here to Kansas City, Kansas. How many of you remember the swim club used to be there? Y'all remember that? That's one of the locations they're looking at, and my vision is let's not just make that one location, let's make that the first location of many locations and communities that are working around. So, I'm not gonna be like, it's just, these young people, I was talking to Promise, and she goes to Wyandotte Bulldog again, and she was my waitress, and aren't these young people, they're volunteers, aren't they doing a great job? Now, I've seen a lot of catering companies, trust me, since I've been mayor. And I'm going to tell you, these young people are really doing awesome things. And I know that they're volunteering to do this because they want to be a part of something great. It says a lot about it. And let's continue to support our young people here in Wyandotte County. And I don't know where Promise is at, but Promise bought a piece of chicken that was big as the table. I said, no. I said, normally I complain ain't enough chicken on the plate. I said, Lord have mercy, that's a huge chicken. But she went the extra step and she said, Mayor, I can box it up for you. I said, praise God, look at you. That's gonna be dinner for the week. But anyway, y'all look so beautiful. I love you, Kansas City, I really do. I love everything that you're trying to do, and I love the fact that you are here supporting this vision of Dominique experience. Let's continue to support it. Let's not make this a moment tonight. We've heard it before. This has to be a movement here in Kansas City, Kansas to do great things. And it takes all of us. I can't do it. Not one person can do it. It takes all of us together to make great things happen. I'm Tyrone Garner. I'm community driven. Every person, every neighborhood, every single day. God bless you. I love you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Appreciate that. But I feel a little disrespected. Wyandotte is not the only people in here. Right. That's lucky. Where the Sluggo Stallions at? One's a stallion, I was a stallion. Washington High School? Okay, just one of y'all, okay. All right, Sumner County? Yeah. All right, Harmon? Piper? I don't know if Piper really counts. I don't know. I gotta research that one. I mean, Bishop Ward. Sorry, Bishop Ward? No? Okay. Where's that go to school at? Wow. I'm not even gonna rep y'all school? Lincoln Prep? Southeast? Okay. We all showing love. It's all one love. It's all one love in here, man. Well, it ain't like them stallions. There was nothing like them. It ain't nothing like them stallions. Every chance I get, I gotta get there. All right, we gonna keep it moving though. Next up, I want y'all to clap it up for Miss Debbie Jennings. Clap it up, clap it up. I don't know where she's at, but she's supposed to come on. Keep clapping.
Good evening, everyone. I wrote it up because I didn't want to get all emotional in here, and I still may. You all keep me pray for me. So I want to first thank God, my Heavenly Father, and Jesus, my Lord and Savior. I also want to thank each and every one of you for responding to your summons by God. Someone may be saying to themselves, why are you talking about a summons? Well, I'm glad you asked. A summons is a legal document or court order notifying you to appear in a court of law at a specified time and place. And every summons shall be served typically by a processing server. Well, I was chosen by God to be your process server and was instructed to serve you all with his orders to appear with your orders, with God's orders, to appear today for the Dominique Experience first annual fundraising gala on this date and at this time. So what I'm saying is this is God's doing. There is no way I could have orchestrated this. Building a community center was just not in my plans. I'm a registered nurse, and I was working on getting my nurse practitioner license when my son was killed. And later I had planned to build an assisted living facility. However, God chose our family to be the vehicle of his blessing to this community. It is humbling and an honor to be chosen by God. For in God's plan, we know that God works everything, even the bad, out for the good of those who love him. Even though we may not understand how, God has been good to me and my family. But when Dominique was killed, I wondered, how can I trust God now? He allowed this tragedy to happen to our family, knowing we love God. Our family loved God. I had to trust God more than how I was feeling. Basically, I had to trust him more than my feelings. I can truly say today that I am finding purpose out of pain. I stopped relying on myself and learned to rely only on God, who created everything and knows everything. I have God for this now. Y'all know what that is? God for this is knowing that I can't and knowing that he can. God is good all the time. But as humans, sometimes we choose to do evil. So we don't always choose good. But God, he's good all the time. And what we say, God is good and all the time. I just want to say that you can't overcome evil with evil. Our family did not take revenge into our own hands concerning our son. We put it in God's hands. The Bible says be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. We are building something good in honor of Dominique. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about Dominique. Dominique was born on July the 4th, 1996. And that day became Domo Day for our family. So that's why we got Domo Experience, but it became Domo for us. We had fun spending time with one another. I'm sorry, y'all. I lost my spot. We had fun spending time with one another and doing fireworks at the end of the day. That was every 4th of July. Dominique was family oriented, and he loved being with his friends, whom he called his brothers. I've always had David there, Carlos, Tyler, I'm trying to see, I can't see far, Darius, CJ. All of them were brothers to Dominique. Darius. If I'm missing one of you, Kaylin, how can I forget Kaylin? Kaylin, all of these were friends of Dominique, whom he didn't call his friends, he said, they're my brothers. And then of course he had the love of his life, Lexi. Everybody in my family know Dominique loves him some Lexi. And she's here in the building today. Dominique had a childlike, sweet spirit. I remember God telling me that Dominique had a pure heart and he always wanted to do right. Maybe because he saw his older siblings getting in trouble and he wanted no parts of that. He was always willing to help other people. He was fearless until it came to his parents, they say. Kaylin often said, he said, Dominique was always, he wasn't scared of nothing. But when it came to his parents, he was a little scared. I don't know why. But Dominique was a person that never complained. There are so many words to describe my son, but for the sake of time, I chose happy-go-lucky and big-hearted to sum him up. Happy-go-lucky people have a very optimistic and positive outlook on life. Carefree, they accept everything that comes their way and don't sweat the small stuff. They are truly happy with themselves, and Dominique had a strong self-esteem. And the glass is always half full. They go through life taking one day at a time and having genuine feelings. Big-hearted people are in touch with their emotions and have so much love to give. They are easygoing, and he was easygoing, and has a cheerfully relaxed attitude about the future. Kind to those around, especially to his family and friends. He think positively and truly enjoy living life to the fullest. Dominique loved God and he walked by faith. In fact, he used his faith on me and his dad often. He would often say that when he wanted something, y'all got it. I believe y'all got it. Y'all go to Chicago all the time. You're going to Nebraska. You're taking these trips. I need me some Jordans. And Dominique loved Jordans. Now Ronnie, he said, he would often hear his daddy talk about the budget. So he said, I'll just take some Nike. Now Dominique, he like, no, y'all got it. I believe all things are possible. He said, y'all say that? All things are possible to them who believe. Well, that's what he took it to heart. He loved people and he treated others like he wanted to be treated. Dominique showed up to help other people when he was tired, when he was broke, or hurting in his body. I always ask him, Dominique, where you going? What you doing? I'm going to do something with Dave or CJ, or it was somebody. He was always doing something or going to see about. Although I wasn't able to be there and prevent what happened to my son that day, I'm going to show up wherever I need to keep his memory alive. I've been out here in these streets, y'all know here lately, doing things I have never done before on behalf of my son. You know the saying, to get what you never had, you have to do something you've never done. So Dominique was such a good son. He was an ideal son. Anybody would have wanted him to be their son. He could get pretty much anything from me. In fact, his older siblings often used him to get me to do stuff. They would say, Dominique, go ask mama to do this or go do that. Because Dominique never complained, y'all. And Dominique was always respectful. He was just easy to do, you want to do for him, you know what I mean? Unlike some of his siblings, They was a little more challenging. God has connected me with some good people who is going to help make Dominique's dream a reality. I remember when Dominique said, when I make it big, I'm going to build a nice community center in Wyandotte County. It's like Dominique is saying to me, now that I've made it big, mama, let's build that center. And nothing bigger than being with God. Also, I want to share this. The community center idea actually originated from his sister, Taisha. And y'all know Taisha is my brainy child. I remember when she was 1 year old and she would just sit, and I'm like, what is going on in her little brain? Like she was in a deep thought at 1 year old. But Taisha, she pitted this idea to her siblings. And I only really heard Roni and Dominique talk about it. So that's why I said this was something basically Roni and Dominique dreamed of, but actually originated from his sister, and he pitted it to them, and they took it and ran with it. God put, and I'm almost done. God put good people in my son's life, and they helped him, teaching him to live the right way. And a few people that comes to mind is definitely his pastor. Pastor Copeland was his first pastor when he was growing up, but he's passed. And then, of course, his last pastor when he passed was Pastor Moore, who's now our superintendent. And there's been, and so many other people who have impacted my son's life. We have a close-knit family. I don't know if you all know, but Taisha was Dominique's second mother. And Kashina was Roni's second mother. I just want to say your community do matters. This God project is like my baby now. So I'm going to ask whoever I need to help me deliver this baby. I saw this quote, heaven is my home, and I'm just here recruiting. We can't take anything from this earth when we transition, but we can recruit people to go with us. Dominique said when he got older, he wanted to be a deacon like his daddy. I would venture to say he was acting like a deacon as a young man. He was walking in the fruits of the Spirit, which is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. All of those things were characteristics that Dominique did have in him. Dominique was making a difference in other people's lives while he was here on earth, and he's still impacting lives today. For the last 5 years, I've been praying that God puts a good team around me that will pray for me and support me. And as a charge nurse, I learned that when you have a good team, and that means when everyone is doing their part, somehow everything just works out. Lastly, because of Dominique's big heart, I could see him saying to me, when even though he was killed, he would say today, forgive them, mama, for they know not what they do. They didn't know me. They didn't know who I was. And since I'm no longer here in person with you, show Gigi how we do things. We are all here just for a moment. So I want to encourage you all, maximize the moment. And thanks again for being a part of the Dominique experience. God bless y'all.
I work at Children's Mercy and KU Hospital. I grew up here in Wyandotte County, so I just wanted to talk about the impact that this community center will have in this community. So I grew up in Wyandotte County, which is affectionately known as the Dot by people that are familiar with this area. I went to college and I was one of those people that always studied. I graduated valedictorian in my high school. I felt like I know what I'm doing. And then I showed up and I quickly realized that all those other people that were there just seemed like they were much more prepared than I was to be successful in school. And so that first trimester, or that first semester that I went off, I felt really just not prepared. I felt inferior to other people. In my high school, we didn't have ACT prep courses, we didn't have AP courses, and that's something that's still true. I graduated over a decade ago, and that is still largely true about Wyandotte County schools. They are just behind the mark compared to other schools that are in this area. So then I went off to medical school at the University of Kansas, and I was one of 7 Black people in a class of 215 people. I was the only person from Wyandotte County. And I don't point that out to say, like, look at me, I'm the one in the group. I point that out to say we are not supporting our youth to feel like they can reach these achievements. They are not supported in the same ways as students from other areas, and that is something that we need to do. That's where we're lacking. Through that curriculum, I read an article that was called 2 Kansas Counties, 2 Vastly Different Health Outcomes. And I was really shocked at the stark difference. That article was comparing Johnson County and Wyandotte County. These are counties that are right next to each other, and they are very, very different in their outcomes. So I want to share with you a few things that you may not know about Wyandotte County. Out of 101 counties in Kansas, Wyandotte County is ranked last, at the bottom of that list, in many health outcomes, while Johnson County is marked number 1. Wyandotte County has high obesity rates, diabetes, along with other chronic illnesses, these life-threatening illnesses that people are suffering with. They don't have the resources that they need. They lack the resources to get the medication to get better. And we are also ranked very high, actually, in our childhood mortality rate. That's the number of children that we have dying. And actually, there has been a rise in deaths due to gunshot violence, actually. There are a lot of children that are losing their lives to gun violence and also suicide. There's children as young as 9 years old that are taking their lives. Wyandotte County's health outcomes are worse than the average county in America. So it's not just Kansas that Wyandotte County is lacking in, it is the entire United States where we are ranked very low. Wyandotte County is a food desert, and by that I mean that it's an area where grocery stores are not easy to find. If you go to Johnson County, you can drive down a block and see maybe 5 grocery stores just on that ride alone. In Wyandotte County, you drive down a block such as Parallel or State Avenue that's very long. You may not see a grocery store for many, many miles. But what you commonly do see are liquor stores and gas stations. And so people who do not have cars and don't have access are shopping at grocery stores or shopping at gas stations. And if you think about the food in gas stations, they're not healthy foods. They're foods that are high in salt and high in fat. And so that contributes to why we are lacking in our health outcomes. Wyandotte County has the highest rate of food insecurity in the entire state. That means that there are people that run out of food. They do not have the money to get more. So there are children that are going to school and their only meal is what they get there at school. And they go home and they don't have any more. Wyandotte County lacks a state-of-the-art community center, while there are multiple community centers there are multiple community centers of such great caliber in Johnson County. There's the Lenexa Rec Center, there's the Shawnee Mission, there are community centers that are easily accessible in Johnson County. But when you think about the community centers in Wyandotte County, they are old, they are outdated, they are uninviting. They don't have the same resources as these other places. They don't have the amenities, the swimming pools, the nice basketball courts. So you may ask, what are the importance of these facts? Hopefully you've realized by now why I'm bringing this up, but it's because the residents of Wyandotte County are under-resourced, they're underserved, they're deserving of better. And I hope that all of you realize that they deserve better. We deserve better. Our community deserves better. And in fact, the health depends on it. When it comes to health, there are many things that contribute to it. Wealth matters. Research shows that what we refer to in the medical community as social determinants of health, and that includes things outside of just the realm of an illness. You have your other factors, where you live, where you grew up, where you go to school, where you work. Those factors have a much greater impact on how we do in our lives and our outcome, more so than any medical intervention that a doctor can offer you. The community center will bring hundreds of jobs to Wyandotte County. We will have classes with various topics such as financial literacy. Education also matters. As I mentioned before, the schools in Wyandotte County are underfunded. They don't have the same resources as neighboring schools. The community center will have study spaces where children who don't have internet at home can come and use the computers there. They will have tutors there. Health matters. The community center will promote health and wellness. There will be clinics that we can offer and information sessions about all these health conditions and how we can improve them and really how we can prevent them, because prevention is the key. And we plan to have a clinic by licensed physicians and nurses right there at the community center. I want you to know that community matters. We all need a community. I did not get here to be the only person from Wyandotte County that graduated from medical school a couple years ago without my community. My community includes my family, my friends, my church family, my husband and my in-laws. Find your community and build that community. Get people to get on board with your mission. Share that with others. Don't be silent. You can't do anything in a silo. The community center will be a safe place for those to gather, build relationships, and create a sense of belonging. The best part is that this community center will be in the heart of Wyandotte County. It won't be somewhere that's not accessible to those that need it, those that are deserving. The mission of the community center is to meet the needs of the people of Wyandotte County, to bring something new, something fun, something exciting. We invite you to be part of the change for the better. With your support, your donations, your encouragement, you sharing the word about this community center with others outside of these walls to keep talking about it, that is what we need for this community center to be something that all of us will actually be able to walk through one day. So, we are trying to bring something new, a community center in Wyandotte County that is called the Dominique Experience, or as we affectionately like to refer to it as the Dome. Thank you.
Obviously, and long story short, you know, when I did become a professional, Miss Debbie came back to me, and she needed an architect, right? And when I learned that she needed an architect, you know, I was fortunate in a position where I was able to come to my team at Burns & McDonald, and by the way, this is Justin Rogers. I didn't introduce him. He's also an architect. On the ones and twos, thank you. But yeah, so fortunately, I was in a position at Burns & McDonald to be able to help out with the design that we're going to go through today. And I'm extremely blessed to be able to be a part of this project, be a part of this vision. And for me personally, it's a full circle moment to see my guys out here. You know, we grew up together. You know, we all have had big dreams, and to see all of our dreams kind of align in this way in a physical space, it's really, really amazing to be a part of. So, with that being said, that's who I am, a little bit of history. Now we'll get into the space here. So, coming into this, the scene that you're seeing here would be the entrance of the community center, the Dominique experience. And so kind of the design here that we wanted to do, as you can see, so as you walk in, you're below a green roof here. One thing that we want to make sure that we're instilling in the design is sustainable features, you know, things that are going to make the cost of operations, you know, sustainable, right? So this is the vestibule that you walk in, and one thing I'll point out in a few of these views, you see this blue ribbon to the right side. Sorry, y'all, I'm standing from the screen. You'll see this blue ribbon to the right side, and that's just an element that we wanted to incorporate into the project. It's something that is very interactive. It's some, you know, at certain points, it's seating. At a different point, it's something that kids could play on. But it starts actually out in the parking lot, and it runs all the way through this building. And obviously, you can see here tonight, almost every color is blue, right? So we wanted this to be kind of the lifeline, almost blood running through the heart of the project, right? And you know, it's, at any given point, you see Damo in this building. You feel him physically, right? Through elements like this. So as we walk in, this will be the vestibule. We just walk through the vestibule, excuse me, you'll see the front desk to the right. And when you come through past the front desk, you have to be able to check in there. The first thing you'll see is this Japanese cherry blossom tree. And shout out Justin, this was a great find on his part. You know, Justin was doing some research and he learned about the story of Dominique and kind of who he was as a person, obviously how tragically his life ended. He landed on this idea of this project physically revolving around a Japanese cherry blossom. And the idea behind that, so the Japanese cherry blossom, what it represents is, it represents different seasons. And so if you know anything about this tree, once a year it blossoms and, you know, the leaves turn pink, how you're seeing it in this rendering. And then obviously, like other living things, it goes through its seasons of losing its leaves, turning colors. But in Japan, it represents the, I'll say the life and death, for lack of a better term, right? It represents that beautiful things can come, even though this thing, this tree will lose its leaves, it will, you know, re-blossom and next year and create something beautiful, right? It represents the cycles that we go through in life. So that's a big idea that this project kind of revolves around. So it's a central courtyard that you'll be able to see from any given wing that you're in the project. So going here to your left, as you enter the building, one thing, if you could stop right there. So we wanted to have some words etched in glass there that kind of just explains who Dominique was as a person. Explain why that person who's standing in this space, you know, who was the man that started this idea? Where did this idea come from? What kind of person was he? So we would have, this will be one of several, you know, homages that we pay to Dominique in the project. But then, as Justin was showing, to the right, to the left, you can see that we would have a cafe area, kind of a, you know, a spot for possible vendors to come in, a third-party company to come in and provide food, provide drink, things like that. And then, yeah, Justin, I'll let you go to the next space. So as we're walking down past that cafe area, this is the cafeteria area, and it also could be used as a multi-use event space like you're seeing here, but in this shop specifically, we have it set up as a cafeteria area, and as we pan to the right, you'll see we're outside a little bit, you'll see we'd be able to support, you know, any type of catering, or if this is being used as after school program, be able to serve food, things like that. So this would be a multi-use space, and you can see out there the window a little bit. We'll get to that in a little bit, but That would be an outdoor space that would serve that multi-use area as well. Yeah, right there. And as you can see on the walls here, we kind of put just kind of a placeholder there, but it'd be an opportunity for murals at different points in the project too. We even thought you can see it's kind of tiled there, possibly a fundraising vehicle could be, could buy tiles of these larger murals and have their name in the project, things like that. So just very early thought out ideas that we thought could be possible. All right, sorry, the computer's running a little slow. I appreciate you, Justin. Doing a great job driving. So another thing that you can see on this wall back here, we have words that represent Dominique. Obviously the larger one, love, but we have joy, we have happiness, other attributes of Dominique's character that really, spells out who he was. And I think we could go through to the gym next, Justin. Thank y'all for being patient with us. I'm happy that everybody's being able to walk through and see this space, finally. As we come into the basketball gym here, obviously this is where the heart of this project revolves around. Basketball was Dominique's favorite sport, and we wanted to make sure that make sure that we provided a space that that would allow us to that. So another vehicle for revenue that we thought of in this project, or I shouldn't say we thought of, that we wanted to be sure that we included in this project was having a gym large enough to be able to host, AAU tournaments, things like that. This is a huge amenity to the youth in Kansas City. We want to be able to provide a safe space where the youth can come and gather. Again, like I said, another revenue-generating vehicle for the space, hosting AAU tournaments on the weekends. As all of us knew growing up in AAU basketball, there can never be enough gyms in the city when those AAU tournaments come to the city. So, and you can see too, we have a running track on the second level that be able to wrap around the gym, and we have a theater in the gym as well, so you'll be able to set this up and host any type of entertainment events as well. It's not showing in this view, but there's bleachers that would come out from the wall. Just an old gym. And one thing about the materiality here too. So the panels that you see up on the second story, they're actually translucent. So one idea that we had too at night. So Miss Debbie, she wanted us to create a space that really showed the light that Dominique, was, and the light that he had in his heart. So with these translucent panels at night, we thought one thing during the day, let me start with that. During the day, they're going to let the nice daylight in, nice indirect light, but at night, they will let out a blue glow, right? We would want this building with the context that it's in to be able to, that blue light that represents who Dominique was as a person to really shine through. So those translucent panels would really let that blue light, leak out into the nature in a subtle way. And then Justin, maybe we can jump to the one of the other amenity spaces, possibly the pool or. That's back to the entrance here. Appreciate y'all patience, sorry, we're getting through this. All right, so another amenity that we wanted to make sure that we offered in this building was a swimming pool. Obviously, like was mentioned earlier, this site that we are designing for used to be the old swim club, right? And a piece of information I'm sure Ms. Debbie has shared with you all. So the swim club, I can't remember the year,
But the swim club, when it originally opened, was actually opened on July 4th, which obviously is Donald's birthday. So, this is also a very important part and an important amenity to offer in this building. And since that swim club has closed, there hasn't been another Olympic-sized swimming pool to open in Kansas City, Kansas, which further perpetuates the inequities that we have in our community. So in this swimming pool, we want to make sure we offer the Olympic-sized lane that you see there, but we also wanted some other entertainment space, again, revenue-generating things, so that this project can be successful. So we have event spaces that people can rent for birthdays and things like that. We have slides. This is a space where people can have a membership, and go to a monthly membership and use it as recreation, lounging, things like that. And one thing that Justin really did a great job, you can kind of see it. So this lazy river goes actually from inside the building to outside the building, connecting those two pools that's indoor and outdoors. Really cool design by Justin. So Justin, maybe we can end on the, it's kind of dark, I don't know if y'all can see that, but so we have a, fully equipped workout gym as well. Again, another thing attributing to the monthly membership possibilities that this community center could serve. And then Justin, maybe we could end on the outdoor court outside. So this is another view here of that courtyard with the Japanese cherry blossom. What's that? I'm working on it. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Give it up for Justin. He's doing the hard part here. He's trying to call my way. Let's give it up for Justin. Oh, that's another good view of the lazy river right there. That, again, like I said, connects the indoor and the outdoor pool. I'm gonna take this time to talk about Justin a little bit. I want y'all to know, so obviously I have a very personal connection to this project, right? But Justin is the other architect that really put in a lot of work to what you're seeing on the screen here. And when I tell you, after the first time Justin met Miss Debbie, I've never seen somebody dive straight into something blindly and passionately as Justin did to this project. This was, even with me and Justin really wasn't that close before this project, but now I'm texting Justin on the side all the time, he really dove into this project. I think we'll have a good bond for the rest of our careers and lives because of this project. So shout out to Justin. Okay, so I'm wrapping up here, y'all. So one thing, and this is a large building, right? This is a building that has 4 wings. Does it have 4 wings? So it has 4 wings to it. There's a lot of space that we can walk through. If anyone wants to take an hour with me, I will detail level walk through this building with you. But one of the last things I'll end on is this outdoor court. So, one thing that this reminded me of, again, I think from our childhood when we would be back in Darius Drew's driveway, hooping and fighting and cussing because our moms wasn't around, this really served kind of outdoor, where I can see someone after school or some kids after school coming here and this is the meetup spot. It's a safe space, right? Right on the other side of these trees is a church, it's a nice area, right? So this space really, hit me close to the heart. So you can see, just if you pan to the right a little bit so you can see the ribbon. So this is where that ribbon that we saw at the entrance, the blue ribbon that goes through the building, it actually ends. And again, I just see it serving as a really nice space where you feel the heart, you feel the love, you feel the intention and the dream that Dominique had for this building. That's all right. Our program's lacking, but I appreciate y'all giving me this time to walk in this building. We just can't do this without y'all. We need y'all. We need every single person in this room. This is a real vision. This is a real thing, as you can see. You know, when we get the funds together, me and Justin gonna dive right back into this and make this thing happen for real. So we need every one of y'all. Everything is love in here. We love y'all. I love y'all, and we all want our love to be in this building. So again, thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
With them, get them involved in things, and if they were getting on my nerves or getting in trouble, he would come over there. Let me get that game. Give me Malachi's remote to his controller. Like, no, let him come take a ride with me. So my brother stepped up. He was definitely there a lot when I needed him. He helped me out a lot. He would watch them for me whenever I wanted to go somewhere or do anything. He would come over and just stay there, and he would just come fellowship with me. He loved to be around family. He did not miss a function unless he literally had to. Other than that, he was at every family function that we had. I think my brother and sister are making their way up here. But otherwise, I love and miss my brother dearly. Like I said, he was a big help to me, so losing him was a lot. Like, it really was a lot. And I don't know, every day I just still can't believe it. It's kind of like, is he really gone? Is he really not here? Like, at first I used to ask God, how could you take such a beautiful soul? He's the best of all of us. And that's the one you took, but then I thought about it. That's probably why you took him. He didn't need to experience what's going on in this world today. So, all right.
Hello, I'm Dominique's oldest sister, and the oldest out of Tyler and Tyrone. We're gonna get into these raffles. That's a lot I can say about Dominique. That was my baby, but I know I'm gonna get emotional, so I'm just gonna go ahead and go with the raffles. You want to say anything about Dominique?
If y'all don't know, Dominique and Ronnie that was pretty much what everyone called me. My daddy's name is Tyrone, so I don't like to call Tyrone. I like Ronnie. Ronnie's cool with me. Yeah, Dominique, he wasn't me. I tell you that now. He was a laid back, very, when he talked, you gonna listen. Because it was something very, very demanding, and it just, he knew where he was going to go as well. The one thing he did say before he was out of here, we asked him, where were you going to go before you leave us? That's how our mom would say, where will we go when we leave here? Are we ready to go? So pretty much my brother would say, oh, I know where I'm going. I'm going to heaven. And that was, I love my brother. I was there when he died. I went through a bad situation where I didn't find myself for 2 years after he died. But God has pieced and puzzled so much things in my life. My life, it wouldn't be the same without my brother. He went to college, and that was the first time he ever told me he loved me. I love y'all.
Just to piggyback off that, one of the last quotes Dominique made was, I believe it said, this is how I'm going to be when I go walk into heaven. And he was Dougie. And if y'all got to see it, y'all probably couldn't because it was close, but we got a picture of him Dougie, and we just imagine this is how Dominique walked into heaven.
Hey, hey, teach me how to thug it, hey. Baby like smooth, what? Can you teach me how to thug it? You know why? Cause all the bitches love me, hey. All I need is a beat that's super bumpin', and for you to back it up and dump it, get it. Put your arms out front, lean side to side. They gon' be on you when they see you hit that Dougie ride. Ain't nobody fucking with my bro from Morningside. He go by Bubba and he hit that dance like thunder. Okay, I ain't from Dallas, but I need town boogie. I show my moves on to everybody tryna do me. I lead the functions and all the ladies tryna screw me. Now you just do you, and I'ma do it all day. Niggas love to hate, so they try to shoot me. Bitches be stuck to me, I think they try to glue me. I make the party shine bright when it started gloomy. This beat was bubble gum, so I had to chew it.
Taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck.
All my bitches love me, all my bitches love me, all my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
Taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck.
All my bitches love me, all my bitches love me, all my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
The name is Young. For them dudes who don't know me, I know I'm from the West, but I can teach you how to Dougie. I step up in the club and all these bitches bug me. On the nigga dancing, none of them know me. I hear the squad screaming like, hey, get it, Brody. So I move my shoulders and I take it real low. They like how we do that, he can Dougie on the floor. And when that nigga stop, they like Dougie some more. I'm like a nigga kinda tired and I pass it to the bro and boom. Show these cats how to do that. Down south dance that we learned a little too fast and brought it to the hood and got the whole crew ass.
Taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck.
All my bitches love me, all my bitches love me, all my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
Taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck, taste me how to duck.
All my bitches love me, all my bitches love me, all my bitches love me. You ain't fucking with my Dougie.
Hey, back of the party, I don't really like to boogie. I'm just tryna get Ben and me the thick red bone. She do her Dougie and all them bitches hating, but I'm about to escape with a bitch and head home. Fuck it, she got a friend, so it's a 2